What is good, y'all? SGG gang, it's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Detroit Tigers rebuild video, man. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Yes, it is back in full effect, but Madden is on the way and right around the corner, so I'm trying to get a couple of these knocked out quickly. So we're going to get onto that content and get it right back for you guys. So if you guys are enjoying, make sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe, and still show the series some love, and be ready for more content to go ahead and jump out. I did put up a community tab poll to figure out what we're doing with Madden to at least start off with, so make sure you guys go over there and vote for it real quick and just show support to all the series on the channel, man. If you love this rebuild, you're gonna love the Madden rebuild when it comes out. I will have a little small project to kind of bridge over that gap before we start that rebuild. Now, all that stuff out the way, because we are here to talk baseball today, and you see we're up in a very important series against the Cleveland Guardians, who are now just 1 or 2 games ahead of us now in the division, and we're going to try to look to close that gap. And I mean, if we can get a sweep, that would give us the division lead. So we're going to go jump into a full game here today. You saw Casey Mize is going to be on the mound for us, who has been a surprisingly good pitcher for us this season. 7-6 record, which, you know, sometimes he's not getting the run support, but a 3.38 ERA has been very good. He's risen up to an 86 overall already, and the bats are finally starting to wake up. You see 3 guys on cold streaks. Of course, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I mean, he's always on a hot streak, honestly. So looks like Harry Ford, gets injured during some pregame activities, has a knee sprain. Asked to not get him to further aggravate it. We'll have to replace him. So we'll be without our starting catcher at least today. So I'll have to go back up Jake Rogers. And man, I wish we had a better backup catcher option that at least could hit in the 200s. He's been hitting 111. When we bring up Dylan Dingler, he's been hitting under 200. It's just hard to find somebody that can replace that and give us any type of vibes that we want to see. So here today, though, this team has been my kryptonite when playing against. I don't know why they're just very hard to play against, very hard to beat. And maybe it's because of this man, Jose Ramirez. 304 average, 17 homers, 64 RBIs through 349 at-bats. He's doing it with his batting average, you know, getting on base, moving around. He's also doing it with his home runs. I mean, not an extremely amount of powerful hitter. You know, Vladimir Guerrero has way more home runs, but 17 is still a decent amount to have when you're also hitting for a high average too as well, not getting that many strikeouts. And we'll be faced up against Lucas Giolito, who's been having an off season this year, 8-8 record. ERA above 5, whips above almost at 1.5, and our strikeout totals is way low, only 85 of those things in 108 innings pitched. So we'll have our work cut out for us today, but it looks like he's going to be putting that bat on ball. So hopefully, with the way our offense has been hitting recently, that'll lead to a couple of hits as we get underway. First pitch gets washed by Morris Jones, 4-seamer, basically chest high. Looks like we're going to be patient here in today's game as we watch the first 2 go across for strikeouts. As Morris Jones, he's been heating up recently, started off the year cold. He's gotten his average well above 200, even dipped into the 300 for a little bit. So he's really turned this season around. It looked pretty good. Fortunately, going back to seats for that one. And then Akil Baddoo looking like he's back into his batting title form, hitting well over 300. Gets a slider up in the zone, chest high. He pops this one right to the rain tarp for Ramirez to go ahead and glove in and be out number 2. And then Vladimir Guerrero, he's been hovering around that 300 mark this season. He'll dip just below it here, though, unfortunately, is the one thing he doesn't have is speed as he gets thrown out over first base. And that'll lead to us going to Casey Mize. We talked a little bit about his stats already. Very big surprise that he has actually played this well. I did not see this coming from this season, especially off of last year when he stayed around that 4 or 5 ERA mark. And this year he's kind of completely turned around and really turned into that good starter that I knew he could be. Thankfully, it came just in time, too. 26 years old, so, you know, development time is, you know, coming to an end, and it's time to start regressing. So I'm just glad he was able to go ahead and get it right before everything went down. I'll be facing off against this Cleveland Guardian offense that is very high powered, and if it wasn't, they wouldn't be first place. So we have to pitch it very carefully. As you can see, that exit velo of 101 on a 4-seamer, basically right down the middle, that missed his spot. We have to be very careful when the power hitters start coming up, that we don't let that happen again. Now here to Jimenez, we have a 1-2 count after being patient. They'll watch a second one go across, and they're really working along at bat here. You see we're already at pitch number 6. Still haven't got the first out. Good check on the curveball. Not going to swing at it in the dirt. 7 pitches in now as he watches that 4-seamer inside. So very good. Started out with 2 quick strikes and then ends up working a long at-bat walk. We're already at the double-digit mark with still no outs as Miles Straw fouls one off into foul territory for a 1-2 count. It looks like he's working along the bat. We're 13 pitches through before we get that strikeout to go ahead and make him sit down. Up that slider, getting a great call there. And then Ramirez batting in that 3 spot, which a long time ago I swear it was like the best player was the four hitter. But now it seems like, at least when I look at most of these lineups, even how we constructed ours, this looks like the best hitter is at the 3 spot. Maybe that's always been a thing. You guys can let me know down below, but I swear it used to be the 4 hitter was the best when the 3rd, or your second best hitter was your 3, but the best was the 4. Y'all can let me know though. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it's never been like that. That's how I used to construct my lineups. That's why I was surprised when Guerrero did so bad at the 4 spot, as they're going to go ahead and send a run home here early. Throw goes in, not in time. I thought we might have been able to get him with the relays just a little bit slow as Suzuki. We're over here talking about batting orders, and he sneaks in a sneaky RBI double, his 22nd of the season, and gives the Guardians a 1-0 lead here early. As we get Cedric Mullins to go ahead and pop this one up, Guerrero will settle underneath it though, and we'll just get out of this with just that one scoring. But we're already down, going into our middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6. Set the pace against Giolito, and current favorite for rookie of the year, Fernando Gonzalez. He's been hitting around 280 most of the season. It's dipped down here recently. He's down to 269 now, but still has been showing phenomenal power, phenomenal RBIs, and I'm really proud of what he's been able to accomplish this season. We've always seemingly brought in good rookies that are able to come in and contribute quickly. I wasn't sure if he was going to make the roster. He did well in spring training, and he impressed me enough to stay up here, and not only stay up here, but make the starting lineup as our DH. And that bat has been very productive, as that's going to get down in the gap for our first hit of the game. And this is looking like it's going to be an easy double, as we'll go ahead and trot his way in. And now Giolito has a leadoff base runner. He's got a 3-0 count to Torres right after. You got to swing at that 4-seamer chest high. Taking this one deep. We're tagging just in case. He leaps at the wall and misses it. But a very good bounce as that one will keep the runner at third base. We had to hold it just in case it was gloved in. Didn't want to make any mistakes there, but probably could have just sent him when on home. As now Riley Green will come up. He'll take a 4-seamer in on the hands, muscle this one out to shallow left field. Too close to try to do anything with. So we're just going to hold the runners. We're trying to be smart here. We are down. And a base hit could bring across 2. All it takes is one little hit up the middle. Keith Clemens has been struggling since winning his Rookie of the Year last year. Barely over 200 for most of the season. But if you can get that one hit right now, that would be very crucial. 12-6 gets chopped. It will stay fair. They're going to go ahead and apply the tag, but both runners move up, so we tie the ball game at the very least. And then it'll go to Spencer Torkelson, who's been hitting around 230, which is what he's normally at, as he lines his swing right to shortstop. Not really seeing much of a slump or, good season out of him. It's pretty much his average numbers. I think his home runs and RBIs are coming close to what his career high is, though. So still plenty of season. He should be able to knock those out of the park. As we go back over to Casey Mize, bottom of the second now. Ball game is tied, and getting outs here this time, but that pitch count still up there. 28 pitches through only 1 2/3 innings. And it's not getting any easier from here. As Marco is going to go ahead and watch that one upstairs for the 3-0. Coming right back at him here, though. Four-seamer gets caught on the outside. This is the point we got to start laying him in, so it gets a little bit dangerous, because he knows you got to lay him in too, as well, as he lines this one down the line, and it will get down for what could be a base hit, possibly a double. That was, whoa. That was incredibly slow. We might have to go back and rewatch it. Why did it take so long for him to get the ball? 10th double of the season for him. But as we come back into this replay, this is one of my many frustrations with the game. Of course you got to have some. What is this animation? Who in their right mind? Look how slow it bounces off the wall. So hits the base of the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then starts rolling. My move just goes there and stands on a knee and waits for it to get to him. He's got a strong arm too. If he had just played it off for like 1 bounce, even 2 bounces, he probably would have been able to throw him out. So you gotta fix that animation. I don't think anybody would have accurate. I don't know. I played in the outfield. I wouldn't have played it like that. Y'all can let me know, man, if y'all would have, but I would not have played it like that. So we get a great strikeout there on Victor to go in and get the second out, though. So maybe it won't even matter here. We're going to be able to get out of here with another strikeout. So no run coming across, and it's still going to be a 1-1 ball game as we jump ahead here to the 4th inning. Trying to see if our bats will finally wake up. Starting off with Fernando Gonzalez yet again for his second hit of the game. This one is going to be a base hit into the outfield, lining that slider opposite field, showing that he's got the opposite field contact and extra base ability too as well. And then Torres takes one down the middle. Just unfortunately getting unlucky yet again, as that one will be gloved in by the right fielder, throwing it in. And no movement there. It's got 72 speed. We might think about a steal attempt here if Green hadn't got that base hit that got into the outfield. Muscling the circle changed finally. Seeing a little bit of success for him. We were used to him hitting around 280, 290. So he's had a down year as well. Keith Clemens could be around the 280 mark. 270 mark, but he's well off. Imagine if those two were actually hitting on too as well. We might actually have a very successful team as this one gets down off the outfield wall though. Great 2 RBI double coming in from the former Rookie of the Year, Keith Clemens. 14th double this season. And look at this teammates. Finally have their telling them to eat. They know it's been a struggle season for him. So anytime he's able to do anything clutch, we gotta celebrate and get his confidence up. And hopefully that these last 2-3 months, he's able to go ahead and turn around that season. Maybe even still finish with an average about 280. That would be nice. As this throw goes into the outfield, goes to catcher for just to hold him at third base. They thought about sending home Keith Clemens, but they'll hold him. Be smart. That's Jake Rogers with a full count. After watching that one go upstairs. Does have runners at the corners, and a double play ball could end this for him. But we could also walk and get bases loaded. Fouling that one away. Good vision for that, and good discipline for that one. Not wanting to offer that one just below the kneecaps. Didn't touch any part of the plate, so I would have been mad if it got called a strike, but that was close. And now we'll have bases loaded. Only 1 out for Morris Jones, who has too much speed to double up. But instead, he will pop this one into the outfield. This is in left field. We're going to go ahead and try to send the runner home. Test that arm accuracy, and it's well above the line. He probably could have just trotted in without even sliding. His Clemens will come across, and it is a 5-1 ball game now if we just dropped 4 runs in this inning. And Guerrero, are we done yet? I don't know. That slider going away. Tripped him up. 2-2. Give me that 4-seamer. Perfectly timed up. Deep out center field. He will stop at the wall. It is a 3-run home run. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits the home run and take this up 8-1. As this Tigers offense, I keep telling you guys, is very, very dangerous. They just exploded for 7 runs here in the inning to really draw this one out. And that's what I love about this team this year. The last couple times we played the Guardians, as soon as they start scoring, we would lay down, roll over, and it basically be, whenever they score again is when the game's going in. But not this team. They just dropped 7 in the top half of that inning. We're going to go to the bottom half to see if the Guardians can respond. And they will start out with a leadoff double of their own as Green gets that in quickly, though, to avoid a triple. As hopefully Casey Mize isn't starting to look tired already. I wouldn't doubt it, though. 57 pitches through only 3 innings, and that's going to get away from the catcher. Rogers going to get up and fire over to third base. Not in time as he's able to move up. So now Yoshida, all he has to do is just a simple sac fly, simple slow grounder in the infield. And I think he'll go with the first option as this one goes deep. Back to the gap. Badu will go ahead and glove it in with his right hand. Bring that in, but it will score the second run there for the Guardians. Now we're not that pressed and that worried. We still have a 6-run lead. But there is still plenty of ball game to go. And if they can keep getting those guys on, we're going to keep having problems as Jones will let him come in, glove this one, and throw it back in. Victor Cartini doing exactly what I need him to. Splitter low on this side, pops this one up to Guerrero. Kind of wanted the double play there, but can't be choosy about the outs that you get. So Ryan Jeffers is going to end this thing off with a strikeout. So we'll go ahead and face the top half in the bottom of the 5th to go and get this thing restarted back up. Still with our 6-run lead now, 8-2, 0-2 count to the Jimenez. Try to get that slider sneaking in on the inside. This one will drop down in the outfield. Maybe Green could have, as I'm watching that back on editing, we probably could have played that. Maybe made a play on it, but the safer one was definitely go ahead and play that one off the bounce. I'm glad we did that one, though, instead. Runner goes in with the double. That's now Miles Straw, 0 for 2 in a day. Looking to make it 0 for 3, but he is fouling off a lot of pitches. We're up to 72 now as he checks his swing, but they're going to say he went around. Could strike out there, and even though the pitch count has been high and he's been, struggling to get these quicker outs, he has still been getting the strikeouts, too, when he's needed them. As Ramirez coming through in the clutch, that's going to get down the outfield, so it's going to plate 1. The question is, if he stop at 2 or go to 3, and he will be in at second base with a little trot. 8-3 ball game now. Cutting the lead down to just 5. His 21st double of the season, and he's looked really good here today. Already helping his team out just a little bit, but Suzuki ain't helping out no more. He strikes out, gets corkscrewed back to the dugout off the slider. Next up, we got Mullins on the 1-2 as well. Can we get him? Not like least at the 4-seamer. Maybe try a little bit of breaking pitches here. Try to sinker low and at the kneecaps as he takes this one for a ride. Deep back into right field. Way out of here. That ball is gone. A long 2-run shot for Cedric Mullins, his 15th of the season. And you know the Cleveland fans are going crazy. They have now made this an 8-5 ball game. It is now back to being close. This is what I'm talking about when I said we would just wait for the Guardians to score. Eventually, they're going to get their runs. But no, this team was able to put up a good stopping point. And hopefully, we're able to just go and get us. If Mize can just get us up to 5th.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
As you can see, the pitching breakdown. 2 innings where he's gone over 20. I think 4 of the 5 where he's gone over 15, and none of them have been single digits. The lowest has been 12. So it's been a very rough outing for him pitch count wise, but he's still getting the strikeouts though. Still on the line for the win. As 5 innings of work will be all we go ahead and give him here today, giving up 5 earned runs. We're going to go ahead and just tell him to sit down and have the bullpen go ahead and kind of handle this one from here. As well as we're going to try to look to get some of these runs back against Connor Pickleton or Pelkington. Let me know down below the correct pronunciation on that, Guardian fans. Let me know so I can say y'all reliever's name right, that we about to tax up as Jake Rogers goes and gets that base hit up the middle. And now it's up to Morris Jones to keep this thing going. He's 0 for 2 in a day, but has a 3-1 hitters count. And he will do what hitters do. Base hit into the outfield. We're going to go ahead and send Rogers over to third base too as well. So it will be runners at the corners, no outs. As we get into the real meat of our order, the guys with the good averages. Akil Badu 2 for 3 on the day. Can we make it 3 for 4? Slider. Shallow center. He's going to come in and grab it. We're going to go ahead and send the runner home to see if we can get in there. Catcher gets it and throw is able to get him somehow. It was on the money. Catcher's able to catch it, make the tag, apply the tag. And just like that, it's a fly into a double play, or at least a fly out mixed with a put out into the catcher. So we can go ahead and get in 2 outs. Morris Jones over at first base. Or not Morris Jones, but Akil Badu over at first base. He's got a little bit of speed too as well. As he's going to get this one in. Safe. And yeah, that is Morris Jones. Akil Badu just flew out. Morris Jones at first base, so you knew that steal was coming in. But McGraw was at the plate. He shouldn't be seeing too many good pitches. Why not go ahead and do it twice? If at first you succeed, pick yourself up and try again. You know, it don't have to be just not succeeding. You can succeed too, pick yourself up and try again too. So that's 25 stolen bases on the year. That's where we go and swipe second and third with a full count. Guerrero goes in and watches it and goes over to first base, and we'll see if those steal attempts kind of helped out. So right now he would be at second base, but Gonzalez at the plate 2 for 3 on the day. Let's go to make that 3 for 4. This will get down into the gap. I think Morris Jones even scores even if he's at second base on this one, but it'll be an RBI base hit that scores him even easier because he was at third base for Gonzalez. Great play by him. He extends the lead back up to 9-5, and now it's up to Gleyber Torres, who is in an 0 for 2 hole right now. Gets the pitch that is mistakenly left over the middle of the plate, though, for another RBI base hit. Runner's going to go over to third base. Gonzalez slides in for the bag. And just like that, we have 2 back-to-back hits that put us in the same results. Corners, 2 outs, just a little bit of an increased scores. Now we're up 10-5. And next up is Riley Green.
3 balls.
Still watching those things come inside at the body. 3-1. And I'll watch it upstairs too as well. So bases loaded yet again for Keith Clemens. Can he come in through the clutch just one more time for us? We need just one more hit. A 2-hit day will actually do wonders for the average. It'll still go up. 1-2. Swings through the 4-seamer. He'll have to go sit down as he was late on that thing and not able to make any kind of contact. And as you can see here, we're going to go to our bullpen too as well. Bring in Jordan Hicks, one of my most comfortable relief pitchers. Like, he is in my long relief role, but he's also the person I would want to be the setup man, the middle reliever, the 7th inning guy, the 8th inning guy, the closer. He's just such a good reliever that I trust him with any aspect of the ball game. Right now, I trusted it a little bit more because the game was closer. I had him warming up when we were down 8-5, just in case I needed him to come in and eat up innings. We ended up getting 2 more runs, but he was already warm, and they wouldn't get Jackson Joe ready in time. So we'll just let Jordan Hicks go ahead and get the innings here. Lower the ERA even farther than it already is. But he gets a leadoff base hit there by Luciano. And now he's got Victor Cartantini up at the plate, runner at first, and he lines the first pitch he sees into the outfield. Green's going to come in and play it, though, to keep runners at first and second base. Now it brings up Ryan Jeffers. He's seeing himself in a 1-2 count. We're going to try to throw this slider low and away. Not going to offer at it. So having a little bit of good vision there. We're going to go right back to it to see if it was just a one-time mistake. And he lines this one right to Guerrero. Easy play. Tries to throw over to second for the double. Won't be in time, though. We'll just go ahead and take the one out. Nice and easy. Back up to the top of their lineup. And this one's going to be Jimenez, who grounds us over to Clemens for second for 1. Over to first base. Not in time. That's why you get a speedy leadoff hitter. So that way we get those infield hits like those potential doubles, they turn into fielder's choices. And then here, Rogers messes it up again and throw over to second base will not be in time. Now Miles Straws at a 3-1 count. We could walk him over to first base and just start over with Ramirez. But that sounds dangerous. That don't even sound good on paper. So I know it's not going to sound good in the batter's box. Unfortunately, it's what we have to do. As that one goes upstairs and misses his spot. We have an 0-2 count to Ramirez, though. Thankfully, getting him to swing in the dirt here. And I make a mental blunder. I had pushed circle way too early. So I tried to push it again thinking it wouldn't register. And it ended up being a pump fake. So that's my bad. We'll just call it E2, though. Brain fart by the catcher. As they now get across one more run. I'm hoping and praying that I don't eat that later. And at least I won't have to eat it right now. As this flyout will be good enough as we take a 10-6 lead into the bottom of the 7th. Offense is still running a little bit cold. They haven't scored since getting up to 10. Maybe they feel like they haven't had to, so they're kind of chilling and resting, saving up some more runs for the rest of the series as we do have 2 other games to win past this one. And right now, Jordan Hicks is pitching like he at least wants to take this one home for us. 1-2. Fly. Lined in front of Badu. That's another base hit, kind of starting the same way last inning did. First and second, no outs by Yoshida. Lining that sinker to the outfield. Now it's Luciano, who's 3 for 3 on the day here at the bottom of the order. That average is climbing. 1-2. Swings over the top of that one. Not even going to look down. That's easy strikes called. Swinging right through the slider. Now it's Victor Cartantini. He's going to take the circle change low. Come right back with the slider in on the kneecaps. Toss this one on the ground to Clemens. Is this one a better double play ball? Torres for 1. Torkelson for 3 or 2. And that'll be the 3rd out needed to go and get out of this 7th inning unscathed. And we're actually going to go Matt Brash here. Bring him in to kind of go ahead and finish this thing up, man. The pitch count was getting pretty high for Jordan Hicks. He was getting tired. 2.97 ERA though. 41 Ks in 33 innings. Not a bad reliever to be turning this thing over to in the bottom of the 9th. Still a score of 10-6. As Hicks did go ahead and take care of that 8th inning. We do have our closer up just in case this inning gets a little wild. We will be ready to bring in the guy to shut it down. Now here, Ramirez over to Guerrero, who will throw over to first base. Not in time. Had a little bit of a shift on, so maybe Guerrero a little bit out of position, a little slow to get to the ball. And because of it, Suzuki will be turned into a corkscrew with a runner on first base. Cedric Mullins will come up next with a chance to score across the run. 2-1. Lines this one past Torkelson for a base hit. Easy work there for the Guardians. Now they've got a good run scoring opportunity here. Only 1 out. This one chopped on the ground. Torkelson will knock it down this time. Picks it up over to Brash at first base, and they got the runner. Yoshida will have to go sit down. He did his job of moving the guys up. And with 2 outs, it'll be up to Luciano, who is 3 for 4 on the day. If he can make it 4 for 5, he can be a real hero for his team, or at least start something up for him. We do have him in a 1-2. Chops the slider low. Let's see if we can come maybe right back to it. Pitcher calling for it yet again. This one will go up the middle, off the mound, and speed past Clemens, diving at shortstop. Throw will come into the plate, will be well up the line. And just like that, 2nd and 3rd both score. It is a 10-8 ball game, and we're going to go ahead and bring in Jordan Romano. I know he only needs 1 out, yes, but I got to go ahead and get my closer in here, help lower the ERA just a little bit, get a save in, and help out on that confidence. As he's already blown 4 this season, we do not want that number getting any higher. The man he'll have to face is Victor Carantini.
1-0.
The tying run for the Guardians, winning run over there in the on-deck circle. He chops that 2-seamer foul, making it an evened up 1-1 count. Swinging through the upstairs heat, and they're down to their final strike here in Cleveland. Progressive Field. Stand on your feet as Detroit makes the play and gets the W as Torres goes in and gets that final throw over. And we win by a score of 10-8. Like I said, we needed our bats to show up here today because their bats were definitely not playing. If we had the same offense as last year, it would have been complete wraps. So I'll be an 8-6 record for Mize. Romano gets his 24th save. We start the series off 1-0. 16 hits as a team is great, but giving up 13 to them is not good. We got to limit that number 2 as well. As we had a very good game from start to finish with the starters, relievers coming in and doing what they needed to do, even though despite giving up a couple late runs there, and the offense really exploded when I needed them to. That 7th run inning was entirely clutch. And then we just go ahead and added on You know, there's 2 extra. As you look at the box score here, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets player of the game as he did have that 3-run home run. So, you know, I'll give it to him. Casey Mize, 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned, 9 strikeouts, though. So, I mean, the pitch count was high, but he did at least get 9 Ks. You see 3 hits for Gonzalez and Torres there in the middle of that order. Both of our 4 and 5 guys really kind of teeing things up. Guerrero only had 1 hit, so, I mean, it was kind of definitely doing cleanup duty there for him to go ahead and get a couple guys across. You got Keith Clemens, too, as well, who went 1 for 5, a double, 3 RBIs, and a run to really help propel this team forward, man. We did exactly everything that we needed to be a very good team. And now we just got to do it on a consistent basis. And like I said, Cleveland is up on us by 2 games. So it's going to take a sweep here to take over the division. If we can win 2, I think that would put us obviously at a tie. And as we go deeper into this box score, we definitely will see, though, Kilbadu also had 3 hits as well. Riley Green with 2 of them. Clemens, like I said, 3 RBIs. That'll get him up to 30. Guerrero Jr. finally hits the 80 mark, getting up to 81. Jones getting up to 25 on his steal attempts. And Brash, everybody you see there, ERAs below 4. Romano we're still working on, but that'll lead us into game number 2, where we will player lock against Mr. Hot Bat himself, 4th in the American League with a 3.24 average, Akil Baddoo. Leading this team again, just like he did with the batting towel, hitting at the 2 spot. And this really just seems to be his sweet spot, man. This seems to be the favorite part of the order for him. The part that he really does the best in is when we have him at this 2 spot. So I think I really think our top 3, honestly, our top 4 now with how he's played, and really I guess you could say top 5 with the way that Torres is looking, are kind of locked in. Morris will be our lead-up guy. Akil Baddoo's done great at the 2 role. Guerrero's done great at the 3 role, and Gonzalez has done amazingly at the 4 role, like way better than I thought he would at this point. So definitely proud of the guys that we got at the top part of that order. The rotation is looking good. We just got to make sure Severino, I don't know, his contract's up this year, and he's playing like he doesn't want that contract extension. So we'll have to see what kind of goes on with that if I need to find a new 5th guy. Now, as you can see down below, we moved to within 1 game of these Guardians after winning yesterday's game. And Akil Baddoo is trying to increase this lead for us as that will get over the top of the wall. We were already up 2-0, make it 4-0 with the 2-run home run to go ahead and double the score and double the lead. His 9th of the season. That boy does have pop too, as well as a batting average, as we will take the commanding lead. And this is tie the division day. Everybody at the ballpark that's a Tigers fan, you better have your ties on, as we're going to tie up the division after we win this ball game. You see we're up 8-1. Now Akil Baddoo is 1 for 3 on the day, so being kind of struggling at the plate, but bases juiced up, top of the 5th, 2 outs. This could be a great opportunity here against Xavier Curry. Not if you swing like that, but to get an RBI and increase this lead even farther. As you can see in that first game, they can score 8 runs, so we would love to get a little insurance. As 8 runs doesn't even feel safe. We got to get that double. It's going to be the first to hit double digits every single game if we can help it. It's as a full count now, 3-2 upstairs, and this will be lined. Oh, it gets knocked down by second baseman, though, and it will not be thrown over, though, so it'll be a 9-1 lead. I thought that might have gotten to the outfield, but congratulations there by the second baseman making a hell of a play on the ball. But now we got Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up with bases juiced as he lines this one over the second baseman's head right to his glove, as that wasn't able to do anything. And it's still a 92 ball game here at the top of the 7th. 2 for 4 on the day for Baddoo. Now, we're typically used to seeing, but I mean, hey, you can't even complain about multi-hit games. They are actually supposed to be technically rare. So let's go ahead and make it even rarer and get a 3-hit game here as that one gets lined into the outfield and will drop. Fair, as they say, too. So that'll be a base hit. You'll go ahead and get in on first base. So, yep, that's a 3 for 5 day. And with 2 outs, a big lead, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. can do his things. We're going to steal off for second base. Not going to get a chance, though, as he swings and misses. And we just go ahead and simulate our way out of this thing, man. Jackson Jobe does his thing. Yamisi Garcia finishes it off for us. And we win this game against the Guardians 9-5, as we almost started to choke the thing there at the end because of him, Jobe. But able to go ahead and make something happen. Walk out of here with the dub. As you can see, player of the game even was Akil Baddoo, man. 3 for 6 day, a home run, 3 more RBIs to go with what he had yesterday. So it's 4 RBIs in the series. He's really looking to try to pick his stuff up. He's up to 53 now. And Guerrero Jr. is up to 32 and 83 as far as his home runs and RBIs concerned. So Shout out to them. You can see the top part of the order. Even like I said, with Torres, from them up, everybody's hitting like 260 up. Everybody below, we'll just forget the averages. They're hitting at least for a little bit of power and being clutch when I need them to. Matt Manning, 62 thirds, 3 earned. Joe give it the 2 earned runs to help out with getting the 5. And we put out Missy Garcia to go ahead and close and finish things up for us in a non-save situation, which will bring us into game number 3, where we're player locking against Morris Jones. 290 on the year now, 61 runs, 25 stolen bases against Tristan McKenzie, the best starting pitcher that these boys have. He was the reason they got into that won that wild card game when we did play them back a couple seasons ago, and was a big factor in stopping us from advancing forward. Right now, he's trying to stop Morris Jones from being able to advance onto the base pass to start the game out 2-1. Try to turn on that slider. It did not work. As now we have an evened up 2-2 count, and that'll be a 4-seamer off the edge. And Badu's hitting 327, so it wouldn't even be that bad to let my boy walk. 3-2. Had to swing at it, though. That was in the strike zone. If we don't swing, this is out. I got to respect that. Chopper on the ground, just got on top of it. Now when he comes back around for his third at bat, it's 2 outs, top of the 4th. And we have bases juiced with only a 2-2 ball game here against McKenzie. We can really get him rattled and get him up out of here. Check the swing, but that might have been the one to go for. 0-2. And you know he's hating himself as he slams that one down on the catcher's foot. Popped it up to third base. The game will stay 2-2 as we go bottom of the 7th. Still 2-2. And Morris Jones chops this one on the ground. Shortstop's going to come in and make a play on it. Throw on the run will not be in time, though. And now you got to worry about the speedster, Morris Jones. Extending his hitting streak, by the way, to 11. Here in today's game, he's going on a lot of hitting streaks here lately. As we're going to go ahead and try to take off here for second base. This one gets chopped on the ground. I'm going to see if we can slide into third base without them looking. He's actually going to pay attention. Throw it over to third base. It's a foot race back to the bag. We're just going to slide into the tag and not get caught in a pickle. But I did not think they'd be looking my way. I thought it'd be a great way to sneak in and have an easy way to score and a run. Which obviously that did not work, but we're going to go into full game mode here as Morris Jones lays down a perfect bunt. The pitcher getting a little bit scared there, and Connor throwing it away and almost into the seats. As we're able to go ahead and move into second base, still no outs. So Akil Badu is going to come up now. We're going to see everybody batting now. Like I said, we moved into full game mode as we try to go ahead and close this game out with an evened up score. And there goes Morris Jones taking off for third base, doing what he does so effortlessly. Now, any type of out can be good for us. This is going to be a liner that gets down in front of the right fielder. We're going to go ahead and send Morris Jones home. We had him tagged up just in case. Throw will obviously be well late. And now we have a 3-2 lead. You can see down there in the wildcard standing, the Rays are ahead of us a little bit, but we are above Toronto and New York. So that's good. You know, whichever one of us doesn't take the division will at least be second place in the wildcard, which is a little bit more safe than third. But now we have Nick Mannup, who's struggling at the big league level this year, and the struggles will continue. I'm surprised that he's hitting over 100. There goes a good swing. Gonzalez had it there for a second, but I guess that's what happens when you try to pull away pitches. That one popped up right to second base, and Gleyber Torres he'll line one though back at the pitcher, which will get gloved in by second base and throw it over to first for the easy play. So after the RBI from Akil Badu, we were not able to make anything shake or even move forward. But it will not stop us from going to Jordan Romano in the bottom of the 9th to gotta close this one out against the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Christian Walker up first. Watching one upstairs. There we go. A little bit better pitch selection that time to make him think about it. Slider's kind of well off the plate. Maybe he's noticed my trick. There we go. Good swing and a miss on the 2-2. Trying to get him to chase these sliders low and away. And unfortunately leads into a very bad day as that one gets dropped in front of the wall. Bounces up against it. And Jones is going to have to throw this one in and keep it to just a double. With no outs, that could be catastrophic. We need some good outs here quickly. As actually this win would propel us to the division lead. If we lose, we're back to being behind them by 1 game. So we need to win this at all costs. And that strikeout is going to help us. Suzuki, go ahead and go sit down for your boy. As Ryan Jeffers will be up next. One will be chopped into the ground. Ryder's going to get up and fire down to third base. Still does not have the arm strength or arm talent to get it done. And Jeffers will skip ahead to a 1-2. Swings over the top of that slider, though. And now any out counts. Any out matters is Luciano. We just need him to do something great here so we can go ahead and walk out of here with a W. 0-1 count. So we look to wheel and deal upstairs near the top of the letters, and that one was a four-seamer right down the middle that we got lucky. Got popped up to the outfield. Now I'm saying lucky. He can tell you all he wants to that he meant to throw the pitch like that, but that was not in the location that I aimed it for at all. I wanted it high and tight near the knee or near the chin. He threw that thing basically right down the middle and said, here you go. And I think he was even so shocked at it that he just let the thing pop straight up. Jordan Hicks gets the win. He's 7-1 on the season. Connor gets the L, his third of the season. And then that boy is back. Romano. He's back off punishment, back saving games. He's doing a good job at 25. Spencer Torkelson went 2 for 2, home run, 2 more ribbies to add to his legend as they did walk him. And then, of course, we pinch hit for Matt Verlaine. Nick Manton actually pinch ran for Vladimir Guerrero in the 7th, which I thought was a confusing move by the computer. You know, we still had 2 other innings to kind of work with before we went into replace somebody with speed. So hopefully it's not an injury thing, but we'll see when we get back. As Torkelson hits his 14th home run of the season. And Tariq Skubal, 7 innings, 2 earned, 4 Ks is a great start. Just need a little bit more on those strikeout totals, my boy. And yep, there it is. Injury with a blister on his finger. So Vladimir Guerrero is going to miss a little bit. We're going to keep him active. Obviously, I don't want to worry about bringing anybody up. But he'll be up and active. Today's the day to sign more draft picks. As we'll go ahead and check on the guys and see if there's any new development. You see 40%, 50%, 70%. Rangers here on Sidney Davis. He still at least has the chance for B potential. Maybe a good fielder and reaction, but not going to be good with like the arm strength or anything. Contact is going to be in a decent spot. Could be a solid like minor league prospect there. Lee Sanchez. He's up next. His overall or potential is looking really good. Now everything is in the red, so the only thing he can do is like speed and steal bases, but we'll keep eyes on it as it gets close to 100%. And then Bobby Melton, he's got a good range here about B. Looks like the walks per 9, home runs per 9 were kind of on the low end there, so we'll have to see what kind of comes of him too as well. Might be another just minor league prospect. As you can see there, we got both our guys back by simulating that 19th and then the 20th on the day off. So we will be at full strength for Milwaukee as we have a series against Milwaukee, who's over 500, Kansas City, who's booty cheeks, and the Angels, who I would personally just say are booty cheeks. As we go to simulate, the Guardians want to try to offer me a trade after we just swept them and think that we're going to help them get better. They want Jake Rogers for Gabriel Reyes. B potential, 26 overall, shortstop, can play second and third base. Hasn't done too well at the bigs. And I already have some other guys in mind that can fill that role with ease in the future because I'm not looking to fill that role right now. Now, I also did look too to see if they had, just any other guys that they could play at that position too, because I was wondering why they wanted Jake Rogers from us of all people. But it is what it is. We ended up splitting the series against Milwaukee, winning game number 1 here by a score of 6-1, having 8 hits as a team. Gleyber Torres hits a home run here today, going 2 hits, 2 as well, with 3 more ribbies to his season total. Morris Jones gets another stolen base, and Severino finally gets a good start. 6 innings, only 1 earned, 7 Ks, and an ERA dropping just ever so slightly, as he's at a 6-10 record because of the off year and down years so far. And here, Morris Jones has a 13-game hitting streak on the line. We're up 6-2, end up winning 7-2. That's exactly what I like to see. Not even going to waste any time there as we win that one. Win the next game out too as well. 5-0 with a complete game shutout here. Who was able to throw this one in? Only giving up 5 hits as a team. And they had no extra base hits. All 5 hits were all singles. No doubles, no triples. Nobody got hit by a pitch. No RBIs. Nobody was stealing bases. That was straight box score to pitching stats. Vladimir Guerrero and Torkelson both hit home runs too as well. Here today at Matt Manning, almost a complete game shutout, but they had to go ahead and bring in Brash to finish it up. And here's some bad news: is Leo Franco just moved him up to AAA to see if he was progressing and doing better. We'll have to be on 60-day Leo. Probably will miss the rest of the season with this broken arm injury. He's going to be out 2 to 3 months. He was seeing good development, +3 to his hit per 9, strikeout per 9, which is going to go a long way. And a non-start started at the AAA level, 4-6 record, 86 in the 3rd innings, only 32 earned runs and 4 home runs is great. ERA's at a 3.3, whip at a 1.2. And he's a great locker room guy too as well. He's really cheering on his teammates at all times. Y'all should see some of the clips when I'll be down there playing AAA, bro. Leo be the first one out the bullpen, like, yeah. But, of course, that will lead us into a couple of more roster moves with him being injured. So, Charlie Alexander will go to AAA. I'm going to bring Ben Hernandez back up from single A's. Now he's seeing the reverse of his regression. For whatever reason why he was regressing, we're going to go ahead and reverse that. Send him back up to AA to get him with some more playing time and see if he'll chill out. But just move him out of that closing pitcher role. So that way maybe it's just a little bit less of a hassle to go ahead and get him to be right. Now bring Chris Amos over to the long relief role. Hernandez will kind of just leave him where he's at. and see what he's going to be able to do. Now, going back to the simulation, you see here we winning 14-1 as they want me to come in and get Badu's third home run of the day. I'm going to let him try to do that. He got it. And then we got the Angels coming up for a series. We still have to finish signing up our draft picks here. Got everybody 100% scouted except for Sidney Davidson, but there's not much time left to kind of keep waiting on that. Bobby Melton's kind of underperforming. Lee Sanchez looks like he'd be a beast. But here looking at Bobby, 66-81, so he's probably going to be a C potential kind of guy. We need depth anyway, so I'm not mad at signing him, but this would be one of those where I'm like, I don't know if I want this one. He throws a running fastball, which is pretty interesting. At least it's not just the same old stuff. Lee Sanchez is where it gets interesting though. 89-99 potential, so he's going to have A potential in center field. 21 years old. Now he's only going to be 41-51 on his overall, so he's going to have some room to grow. But it looks like there could be some good things on the horizon now. Things that were scouted here is booty cheeks, but we'll see what could be of a potential 80-90 overall. It looks like he's guaranteed going to have an A. Unless it's 89, which will be unlucky, but he's going to guarantee to have an A potential. Sidney Davidson. Looks like he'll probably have B, 64-85 on his little feature. And we'll see what that kind of stacks up to. Now we're going to go ahead and get these guys signed up so we can get this stage knocked out and moved on already. Lee Sanchez kind of offering double there to go ahead and get him right. Got Sidney Davis. He goes in and decides to sign too as well. Bobby Milton, give him just a $1.02 million. He'll go ahead and sign up with the Tigers too as well. And kind of coming out of that, I just wanted to look at some of our standings there. You see we're fourth there in batting average. We go over to runs. We're 11th. Hits, 9th. Doubles, so we can see where the extra base hits are at right now. 18th. Okay. We can work on our extra base hits just a little bit. Home runs. Ooh, 21st. I did not think we were that far back, especially with Guerrero basically leading the league. We need to get some more pop in our lineup. 4th in stolen, or I think it was 11th in stolen bases. I just kind of like moved my eyes for a brief second. And then go over to pitching with our ERA. Actually, it's probably good to check fielding percentage too. Make sure we're not causing too many errors. Okay, we're in the top half. 9th. Okay, we're top 10 in fielding percentage. That's good. I know it's always been a struggle for us to have guys that can field really well. And 13th in ERA. So we definitely want to make some moves that could potentially help out with this. And one of the biggest question marks is for Framber Valdez. 4.57 ERA. He's on a cold streak. It's supposed to be my second best starting pitcher, and he's pitching like the worst. Now, of course, I wanted to check down at AAA to see if any guys were ready yet. I didn't feel like anybody might be. Ty Madden would be like the closest thing to it. Long relief stuff, I wasn't impressed by what they were doing. I was impressed by some of the middle relievers though. Some of those guys were putting in work, but as far as doing long relief work in case I need to get rid of Valdez, I didn't see anybody doing it. He's also seeing regression here too, and we are not getting the same person that we got last time. So I went to the trade block to see if anybody was there, and the first one I see is Jesus Luzardo. 28 years old, lefty, B potential, 85 overall, and he's having a pretty good season. I mean, the win-loss record isn't there, but the ERA is there. The strikeouts are there. So I just wanted to go see him and see if they value this kind of trades at all. So Jesus Luzardo for Framber Valdez straight up. They're interested in making the deal. I think it could help them out. He might be able to turn the season around with a different team, as well as he's locked up for a couple years, so he'll have some team control with them for a little bit. And then we're getting a guy that's kind of at the end of his deal. We would have to re-sign him at the end of the year. Hope that we got him back. So kind of like a 1-year loan, which I think makes it a little bit more realistic, a little bit better for them. And not me completely winning the trade. So as long as they're willing to accept it, which they will. So we got the trade done. Doing a couple of roster moves. The trade deadline is coming up, so I'm making a couple of splash moves to see what we need to do to make that final push, and hopefully getting this lefty in Jesus Luzardo can help out. 3.73 ERA, 1.23 WHIP. You see some of the stuff is going down, but some is also going up. And a 4-6 record in 22 games. He has 11 quality starts out of the 22, so 50%. I'll take it. Now looking at the things with our bats, I like how everybody's hitting right now. The top 5 guys are all on hot streaks. And Keith Clemens even joined the hot streak party, as he has now got his average up to 225, down from where it was at 201 when we started the episode. So some things that I would want to change would definitely be on the bench side. I would love to get Jake Rogers up out of there if I could, but also Nick Manning. He's batting 109 off the bench. Then I come over here to see what guys are doing. Chuck Bird's hitting 280. So he could be a potential option that we end up moving him for. Of course, we want to try to get somebody that fits that kind of lightness and mold. So we have a lot of outfield depth out there already. So I'm looking at the infielders now. There's Harper with 11 home runs, which isn't too bad. Scope, who's batting 249, 12 home runs, and on fire right now. So those two are options. And I think I'm going to go with the old trusty Dusty. We're going to move Nick Manning down a little bit. See maybe we can find his game, find a little bit of groove down at AAA. Maybe call him back up for September call-ups. And go ahead and move Jonathan Scope, who as of right now is my best third baseman, even though he's at AAA. will be coming back to the league and seeing if he can play off the bench and help out in a good, positive manner. So I think that those little minute movements and changes can be what sets us over the top to at least make that run in the postseason. And like once you get into the postseason, anything can happen. So I'm not too worried about once we get to that point. It's just about getting there. And I think we have the team put in place that can do it. Even if we get this version of Jonathan Scope hitting 20 home runs and batting 240, that'll be just fine coming off the bench, honestly. We've been tailored to a bench stats more, maybe about 225, 10 to 15 home runs. I'll take that. Now, you saw there, James Conley will go down with the injury too. Another big-time prospect for us getting hurt as we go ahead and get this dub against the Angels, snapping that loss that we got the day before. And now it kind of has me put into a bind. Now I need somebody that can actually be a starting pitcher to fill out the rest of this rotation. And the only person that I think can do it that's not already in the rotation would be Tyler Alexander. So he's got to move right back down to AA. He was actually doing good at AAA this time around, so we'll have to call him back up later. We're going to move him down to AA. So that way we have somebody that can be a starter to fix out that 5-man rotation. As we go ahead and get back up to the big league level, we got 2 more games in the month of July left. We end up winning one of them. Chuck Bird is now out for 1 to 2 months. Great. And today will be the trade deadline. So seeing if any other final trades will go ahead and kick off before we go ahead and end the month of July. Adolis Garcia to the Pirates from the Rangers. Looks like the Rangers will get Harry Sanchez and Christopher Smalls, a right fielder and relief pitching prospect. Randy Rosina is going to the Mets from the Cardinals. They're going to get Anthony Santander, Theodore Ling, and Caden Povich. So not too bad of a haul for them as we end up losing the last game there of July. And it looks like we're getting offered one more trade here. Steven Gomez for John King. So Steven Gomez is my second baseman, 18 years old, see potential. Seeing a lot of good development right now, thankfully. But I wonder what they see in him. They'd want to give me that John King, 31 years old, lefty. Obviously coming out of the bullpen. Hasn't really put up great stats. I think I like where my bullpen is kind of right now. Let me kind of take a look at it real quick. We got Michael King, who's doing his thing, 3.42 ERA. Jordan Hicks, of course, you're not going nowhere. Andrew Chafin still pitching at a high level, 3.86. Brash is pitching good, 3.6. I could look to move on from Yamisi Garcia, though. ERA up above 5 for the first time in his career, really. He's the last guy that we have at the major league level. Now, of course, we do have some young guys that could come up and do stuff. There's Garrett Hill has been at the major league level. Jerome Mantle, who we drafted, has been killing it at AAA. 2.2 ERA. Whip is very low. So I'm going to decline this offer, and I'm going to go into our roster really quick to just kind of look and see, after we check out this box score, who we could bring up potentially to help out the bullpen, because we lost this game 3-6. And, Tree Scovall just had a very bad start. 5 1/3, 5 earned runs. We need to put some more run support behind him to be better. And you can see there, 62-49. We're tied for first place as the Guardians end on a very good hot streak. 4-game winning streak, 7-3 in their last 10. That team is looking very good. And I'm just happy that we were able to battle out with them for the majority of the season. Because this month of August is going to get crazy, but we don't face them again until the 4-game series at the beginning of September. That's going to be clutch. And hopefully we're still at the point where we could almost take the division, and that could be the one that decides it. Now, also here looking at a couple of elite leaders. Kibadu was there on 3rd place on average, just like Guerrero Jr. is 3rd in home runs, tied for 1st in RBIs. Morris Jones was leading in 4th in runs. Guerrero right behind him, and Jones is actually 1st in stolen bases too as well. So that man has been killing it in every aspect of the ball game. You see Guerrero there at 5th place for slugging percentage, moving up a little bit for OPS. And now we'll look at the awards to see if they're anywhere. Guerrero Jr. 3rd in MVP voting, and Kibadu 3rd for the batting title. And Fernando Gonzalez, like I told you guys earlier, is the front runner for Rookie of the Year right now. 12 bombs, 59 ribbies, batting 283. Almost made an all-star game. He's been killing it and lights out. Now here goes the roster updates on some guys that are just doing good. Jason Sheely, Danny Dietz, Jerome Mantle, which actually led to a couple of more roster moves. Guys doing good for multiple months, and they're performing at a high level. Jason Sheely, he's got B potential. He's finally starting to get a little bit better. And maybe showing flashes that he's could be ready for that move up to AAA soon if he continues to play well. Gotta see more high-level play. But this will lead to Danny Diaz, who's now put up phenomenal numbers, +6 on his contact lefty. You can see plus on his power, his vision, batting 294, 6 home runs, 34 ribbies down at AA. I think it's time for this man to go to get that call up to AAA, as he's already worked himself up to being a very good second baseman for us. And what we'll do to combat that is we're going to send down Andrew Mercado, who's been struggling at the AAA level, make Danny Diaz that guy, and put him into the starting rotation. Now that is without other sacrifice too, because we are not done making these moves. Drone Mantle, 221, 123 whip, 66 overall, but overall it doesn't work as much with the relievers as long as the stats are there and you perform good. So I'm going to add him to the 40-man roster. And Jerome Battle, welcome to the show. As we go ahead and get him up here and send down Yamisi Garcia, who had the waivers available to him, so why not? Went ahead and sent him down to hopefully work on his game. Maybe we'll bring him back up for September call-ups when it's that time. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, man. It's me, your boy SGG, aka the King of Games, aka GM Smooth, and I'm gonna get up out of here for the day. Next time we'll go ahead and talk through some of these contract extensions. You can see some big names here. 3 important starting pitchers here with Mize, Severino, and now Luzardo. You got our reliever and Jordan Hicks, and then Morris Jones, big time prospect. We'll have to figure out what we need to do with him too as well if we're going to offer a big time contract, or will it be little? You guys let me know what you guys are feeling down below in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and get into the next video this Friday. Hope you guys are ready and enjoying it. If you would like, comment, subscribe on your way out. It really shows that love and support, and it means the world to me. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. I'm going for the day. Peace.